How's it going, everybody? The Seer here, and I'm doing a different style of video for you guys today. So, as you guys may have seen, I did a kind of rant video, and now that some time has passed and I was able to kind of think more clearly, I just wanted to kind of react to this because I know there's a lot of misconceptions about some things I said in here, and I just kind of want to clarify some of the things I was saying. What I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of play a part of this. I'm just going to kind of elaborate as far as what I was talking about, and there definitely was something I misspoke about. Basically, saying like all Krakens don't have skill. That's obviously not true. There's a lot of cool Krakens out there. People that really love the game, support the game. They want it to succeed as much as free to play light spenders, high spenders, whatever your bracket is. A lot of people are looking for the success of the game. So I do want to kind of clarify certain things I was talking about in this video. So let's go ahead and I'll just kind of let it play out. I'll do my kind of rebuttal as far as what I was meaning for this type of thing. How's it going, everybody? The Seer here, and I have a go ahead, turn that volume up. I gotta get off my chest today. I'm really frustrated right now as far as like the state of the game, where it's kind of moving, and some things that's really bothering me. So as you guys know, Crucible's kind of my jam. It's one of my favorite game modes, and that's absolutely true. I feel the game is kind of in a weird spot right now to where when I started playing this game, it was during a soft launch portion. I played for a little bit. I ended up quitting when COVID happened. I started working from home. I saw a video where Tony Scungili and Mobile Gamer were on, and Tony was working on his new player account. Like, well, this is a good time for me to get back in the game. That way I can kind of know what's going on. I'd have a clear path as far as how I want to progress in this game, and having a new player experience from a veteran player, I thought was a good idea. So that's why I actually got back into Marvel Strike Force. This was when COVID first happened. So it's been probably about 4 or 5 years, I think. And the Ultimate 32, it's really not fun. It's kind of sucking a lot of the enjoyment out for this week. And the sad thing is, this was only supposed to be 1 week long, but because the leaderboards got so jacked up that they had to run it again and again, the leaderboards jacked up, as you see right here. Yeah, so it wasn't so much the leaderboard, it was players not being able to actually participate in the Ultimate 32 that kind of caused the rift as far as why they had to do it again. I ended up going like 1-9, and that isn't what kind of killed the fun for me for it. It just wasn't interesting enough to where you can do a lot of theory crafting, because you had so much for offense and you could throw everything in one room and it could still get one shot. So it wasn't much theory crafting, I felt. That's why I really like the 6 rooms. If they end up doing something like this again, where they kind of change the amount of rooms, I think 4 or 5 minimum. If they go for more rooms, that's even better. But I know a lot of the new players don't have the wide roster to be able to support doing about like 8 rooms, 10 rooms, like War, stuff like that. Here, like Ska's number 2 at 43. Go ahead and jump forward, because that was like all the Crucible stuff, and that's why we had a second run of this Ultimate 32. But there's more to what's going on. The state of the game as far as how things kind of progressed where they're at. The future of character releases kind of is... So this year I definitely want to talk about the future of character releases. I don't know if you guys noticed, but Peggy Carter, she just had her unlock method. They ended up doing an event where he actually got Peggy Carter shards around the 10-day mark or so, which is what the old release schedule was. So I'm really curious if they're kind of backpedaling on the future of the character releases, if they're trying to go back to almost where it was before while still keeping the team up orbs. If they did something like that, that would actually be really interesting, because the way the unlock methods are right now, to where you kind of have the offers, you have the team up orbs, then for that 30 days you get those orbs, you open the orbs. It really wasn't exciting to me, because even if I end up getting the unlock for the character, it didn't really feel kind of rewarding enough, I guess you can say. But I think they might be going back to the old release method, which I think would be very interesting, while keeping aspects of the team up orbs. Because if they end up doing something where instead of getting, say, like the 100 shards right on the release for the event, maybe drop it down to like 75 or 80, and then you use the team up orbs to get the rest, that could be a very interesting way to kind of compromise the way the future of the character release method actually was. What started it again, as opposed to kind of bleeding this portion out, right here, making it where we're talking about the new player experience. The new player experience brought in a lot of fresh blood into Marvel Strike Force. It was very good, very healthy for the game. So there really wasn't anything. I think I misspoke on this part here. Updated. Let's go ahead and jump forward. Legendary. It's probably going to be around when I start doing the rants, which, again, I'm definitely sorry about. It's like unlocking new characters, having in this Path 2 orbs, which even isn't fun. And then for the bump, we're going to jump forward around this part, because I think this is where it starts getting spicy. 3-month mark in order to kind of get them in the orbs. I have 195 premium orbs. I opened about 200 of these. One ancient one popped in the bumps finally, just because I needed 50 shards for her. And now they're just kind of sitting there again. I have 195 premium orbs, 724 basic orbs, 28 mega orbs. That's just sitting there looking pretty, which I can say is better than half this game right now. I mean, I don't think I was wrong on that part. Those orbs are useless to me. They're basically new player catch-up mechanics now, is the only thing I could really see used for those premium mega orbs, basic orbs. Because of the way the release method is, where you have that 30-day period of doing the team-up orbs, then it kind of goes into the events, and by the time they actually reach the orbs, because they pushed out the bumps, a lot of people will get that team to about 5 or 6 stars, free to play. You can use them then. But they still keep trickling those through the passes and everything. And then by the time they actually get farmable, most people already have them at 6, almost 7 stars. If you end up doing a one character purchase like I do, by the time they reach that farmability, I already have those characters done. So that's kind of what I was talking about with that aspect. So I've Jean Grey pulled up right here. I have a 6-star 59 shard. By them moving Crucible from Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, which is when I can actually hop on and stream and kind of hang out with everybody on Twitch and kind of get connected to like the players and everything, as far as get their feedback. How are they enjoying the game? Where are you guys at? What kind of spending level? What do you guys like, or what kind of fixed? Let you guys vent to me type of thing. I don't know if I could do that if it gets moved to Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So based on this portion here, I know a lot of the streamers, they usually stream during the week. People like to put on the streams when they're working, kind of have it playing in the background and hanging out a little bit. So today is Friday, Valentine's Day. I was able to step away because the new season just started. So I did just get done streaming, and then I kind of decided to make this video just to kind of clear the air about certain things. I don't know how often I'll be able to stream, so I do want to let you guys know that right now. Based on my schedule, I work 6 p.m. to about 4:30 a.m., sometimes 5 a.m., and then by the time I wake up, I'm just waking up, Crucible starts, I'd have to hop on right away, and then maybe do an hour stream tops, try to get food for the family and everything. It's a very big hassle for me personally. I know a lot of people that do have families, they like to try to relax on the weekend portion. So that's kind of the issue about moving this on weekends for Crucible. What they should have done in place is remove the first war, which would be, say, Monday or Tuesday, and then keep Crucible those days. That way you have war Wednesday through Saturday. You have Crucible Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, kind of ending on a Wednesday. I think that would have been a much better schedule. Now, I did end up talking to some of the Krakens. They didn't want this either. So I do want to clear the air about that. We were all in agreement that if they were to do something like this after it was ready, said, and done, because this kind of caught us all by surprise, that they should have dropped the first war instead of moving Crucible like they did. So nobody is in favor of this. Not the free-to-play, as far as I know, the high spenders, the Krakens, myself, a lot of the envoys, we all think that it should be Monday, drop that war, keep Crucible where it was at. I'm hoping that they do take that feedback into account and try to make that adjustment. If I'm wrong about that, where you guys actually prefer on the weekend, definitely let me know, and I will pass any and all feedback over so we can try to get an agreement what would be the best way then I could pass it over that way. So definitely let me know in the comments regarding this. Work currently at 6 p.m. I get off at 5 a.m. When the time change happens, it goes to 5 to 4. I don't know if I can hop on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, as far as hopping on at, say, like 2 o'clock as soon as Crucible starts, stream for maybe an hour, then I have to get ready for work, and I still have to worry about feeding my kids, my fiance, and everything. I have a family, and I probably won't be able to stream. As much as I like it, I don't know how I can actually get that to happen. And as far as Alliance War goes, there's no theory crafting that we can really do right now, because they're going to make it where 5 teams are going to have to be staple on defense, and they're get these massive buffs that they threw out there, because these top end spenders don't want to theory craft and spend time actually enjoying the game. So this is where I started misspeaking quite a bit. We just finished our first week of war, and honestly, the buffs that those full team gets, it's honestly not worth it. Nowhere still gets walked over as far as anything that worked on it before. The Annihilators, you can still try to throw Mephisto, Odin, whoever you want with them. It's going to be better than them running solo. However, the Annihilators, they're probably going to be better used for offense regardless. Same with the Astral team. The way war was this week, it's definitely going more into like an offensive meta. And again, I reached out, so I do want to clear the air about that. I reached out to certain Krakens and high spenders, and we were kind of discussing certain things and aspects of the game. And we are basically all in agreement where war was stale. They're trying to make changes to it, which is good. However, the buffs that these teams get on defense, it really doesn't help as much as they thought it would. Like the massive stat jumps. But on top of that, the massive stat bumps that you get for your offensive side just really walks over a lot of these teams, to where it really wasn't, it didn't work as far as how they intended the war to work, is my assumption for how that goes. But I'm going to let this play out. And then again, I'm just going to keep correcting myself as far as what I was meaning to say. And just so you guys are aware, the reason I was so heated right now is I kind of took my personal life into the game, which I always try to separate. We all have real life things that we're doing, and with the real life stuff going on and hearing news, one of my close friends in the game is talking about leaving the game as soon as Professor X gets unlocked, and then the state of the game, it just boiled over. So all the hate I got, I definitely deserve. So I definitely understand that. I'll take it like a man. So let's go ahead and see what else I said. They would rather throw money at it, which is the thing that really pisses me off. Having it to where we have 5 staple teams, then there's 5 teams that we can maybe do something with, and then we have to use these specific teams for offense, because you guys are starting to control the game now by saying we want a bigger advantage over the people that's not spending the game. It's a fucking joke. Learn to play the game and how to actually use the kits properly. If you're getting beat by people that have 3 or 4 or 5-star characters and you have 3 diamonds, that's a you problem. All right, so that portion right there. I don't have evidence on that portion. However, from what I heard when they started introducing diamonds and the new method, which if I'm wrong, I definitely apologize, certain high spenders wanted to have a bigger advantage over people, which is why they started doing it this way. And I was definitely wrong about the war portion as well. Not all Krakens are this way, like I mentioned. What I meant to say was certain Krakens or certain people are trying to have their own agendas for these type of things and changes in the game. I was just kind of heated, and instead of saying certain or some, I said all. So again, I definitely apologize for that portion. Don't make it to where we have to wait an extra 3 months to get these characters to have this slow drip system, and then you guys are going to start controlling Alliance War by removing 1 day because it takes so long to plan everything. It's a fucking joke. All right, so the top end of Alliance Wars, they do spend, the top end war alliances spend about 12 to 16 hours a week, I believe. I don't think it's a day, a week, planning out how they want to set their defenses, how they want to approach war because of the shift in how things they've seen at Alliance War. They're very strategic in that aspect of it. So that's another thing I was wrong about, where I said they don't know how to play the game. They throw money at it. They obviously know how to play the game, those top alliances, based on how much time they spend in trying to get, I want everybody to have this team for offense. I want this certain amount of team to have Mephisto for defense. This sort, they do a lot of planning. So huge kudos to those top Alliance War people. That's something I can't do. So props to you guys. As I mentioned, the way Alliance War was this week, it really didn't change the landscape of how Alliance War is going to be played. I think a lot of people are still going to do what they were doing because a lot of the buffs that the teams got isn't impactful enough for Alliance War. So they're going to keep doing what they did. They do get that extra day off, but they didn't ask for War going down to 2 times a week. They were caught off guard just as much as everybody else was. The game used to be fun, and now I'm in this game. I don't know what I want to do right now. I have 50 energy to spend. I have this orb. Here's a red dot. Let me click this red dot. That's honestly true. I find myself logging in less in Marvel Strike Force because there's really no interaction. Here I start talking about changes to the PvE system. If they had like a tower system, like I mentioned, a monthly tower or a rotating daily tower that you can just go in, climb up, do what you want to do. They need to work on the PvE aspect of the game because it's not going to keep surviving on the War and Cosmic Crucible. Battle World coming back once a week is something, but it's not enough. And the changes that they made to Null is kind of disappointing. I've been playing DC Worlds Collide a whole lot more than I'm playing Marvel Strike Force right now. It's a new game, and it's fun. There's always something for me to do. They have a rotating challenges in there that's basically like you can try to get gear, use these aspects of these characters in there every day, and you can progress your account. They have a thing in there called the Elseworld, which is basically a tower mode of about 20 floors. You get random characters, you climb up it. That's the thing I really want to happen in Marvel Strike Force, because right now it is very stale, and it's exciting right now to where you can try to get to that level 105 mark, and we have Professor X coming, but once that happens, then what? That's my main concern with the game, and where some of the frustration was coming out. Having it to where the game isn't growing anymore because you shit all over the goodwill that you made with the new player experience by saying you want it to where you can't get these characters in bumps for 3 months. Get the slow drip method of getting those characters, then you can get them in bumps. I get my characters at 7 stars within that 3 months. I do 1 purchase of a character, that's it. People that don't purchase the character, they'll have them at 5 or 6 stars, then by that 3 months, when they go in bumps, if they hoard like I did, or other people, because there's nothing else to use the orbs on, they can get those characters up to 6 or 7 as well. Yeah, that's kind of what I was talking about. The slow drip system, it's just not exciting. It's not enticing. Half the time, I don't even know where I'm at with the shards. And if I end up having the extra star level on them, cool. I just wasn't really expecting it. As far as the resources goes, I have almost 300 million gold. I'm waiting to hit level 103 so I can start kicking more Kraken's ass in Cosmic Crucible because they don't have skill. Again, obviously the Krakens have skill. Not all of them do. Just like not all free-to-player, like everybody's at their own skill level. People play the game for different reasons. That was just me being pissed off. So I definitely apologize for that comment. Obviously, a lot of Krakens have skill. A lot of Krakens also have their own agendas, like I mentioned before. So let me go ahead and finish this off. It's a joke of a system, and there's no PvE. How is there no PvE in this game right now? there should be a constant tower mode that refreshes every 30 days, like say raid. Yeah, that's exactly right. Um, I really wish there was more PvE, something to kind of keep you at bay, because the way it is right now, if you don't like Alliance War, you're just gonna do your 10 attacks, chill, you auto the raid system, and that's really all that you have for the day besides burning your energy. If you like Crucible, as soon as it becomes the weekend now, you can have fun on the weekend, but me personally, I'd rather relax on the weekend, spend time with my family. And now I have to do it this way. So Shadow Legends or some other mobile games I played where there's always a tower mode. It resets. You go back to floor 1 at the beginning of the month. Then you can start climbing back up again. Just add an extra floor or two and gear that towards whatever new characters coming out. So we have the Starjammers coming. Gear that one floor to where you need to have Alondra and maybe Rocket and Groot or whoever the new characters are. Rumor is Howard the Duck and Havoc, which, okay, that did get confirmed. So Havoc and Howard the Duck, along with Alondra, Rocket, and Groot for that Starjammers team. Sure, gear it towards that, whatever it's gonna be. As far as Pocket, but yeah, I think I kind of got my point across. I don't want to make the video too much longer than it needs to be. So, in short, I definitely apologize. The hate I received, the support I got as well, it was me being in the heat of the moment, and it got the better of me. So I do apologize. As far as the state of the game goes, I am very iffy about how the game currently is in its current state. I do fully agree with my sentiment where we need more PvE aspects, things to kind of keep people entertained that aren't interested in war on those portions of the day or Crucible on those portion of the weekend type of things. They definitely should have removed the first war, kept Crucible where it was at. Unfortunately for the season, they're going to keep it that way, which is going to be about 2 months. We have to deal with 2 months of Crucible being where it's at. I don't know why or what the reasoning was. The Krakens don't that I talked to either. I am still in good terms with a lot of the Krakens, and I totally explained myself saying, hey, I misspoke. I meant to say this, and we were kind of discussing about certain aspects of it. And that's where I learned that they also got caught off guard about the Alliance War. And like I said, they do have skill for those very top end portion to where how much time they put in Alliance War to get the sheets ready, get the teams ready, get everybody on the same page. That takes a lot of coordination. So huge kudos to those people. I do want to hand out the kudos to that. But if there's anything else that I said in this video where it kind of went off, definitely let me know in the comments. I'm always happy to discuss this now that I'm more clear-headed. Again, I want to apologize. Just real life and everything kind of got ahead of me. But hopefully you guys have a wonderful rest of the day. Take care, everybody.